All right, so we are back in the land of delusion in which these Twitch streamers live. Another controversy has just dropped. And I'm not even talking about the Mizkif and Emiru drama thing. That I don't even want to touch because there's so much buffoonery and nonsense. Today, we're talking about something else. This is the delusional land of Twitch streamers getting political. Now, I myself am not a political commentator. And for the most part on the internet, politics really just centers around morality and virtue signaling. There isn't necessarily any honest debate or honest good faith back and forth that tries to help people in terms of what politics can do. It's just more about what you see on a daily basis. And it's mostly dominated in left spaces. Yes, I mean the left-leaning, I'm more moral than you space. And those are the Hassans and, the others that are on Twitch or these different platforms that base a lot of their politics around the morality that they feel is the most just. And that's normally what it is. Now we're seeing Twitch streamers gravitate toward that. And listen, we see it on the right side, and I say we because I consider myself a conservative. We see it on the right side as well. And there are more people that are inclined to be conservative on the sports side of things or on the fighting side of things or the business side of things. There's just a lot more of that on the YouTube and the Rumble, but it happens in both spaces. What I'm coming at you today with is the fact that these Twitch streamers they're spinning themselves into a wheel of always having a controversy because no one can ever be more moral than the next. And because of it, we get interactions like this that I think are just downright delusional. And I hope show you people that these streamers are not some pedestal, top-of-the-line person that is this celebrity that's untouchable. They're random people that got blessed with opportunities based on either who they know, how they looked, whatever else, to be in a position where you watch them, yet they don't know what the fuck they're doing or talking about. And they show it on a pretty regular basis, which causes these controversies. Today, it's QT Cinderella, who I guess said something controversial that we're going to listen to now. And the response to it is the craziest shit I have ever seen. Let's take a look.
I collab with Lacey. Lacey makes some homophobic jokes sometimes that I am not comfortable with the homophobic jokes Lacey has made. Lacey knows that he can't make those jokes around me. That does not mean that I am homophobic. Believe it or not, everybody.
Yes.
True. I mean, that's a true statement. If you share a stream or you're a friend with someone that said something homophobic or racist or transphobic or whatever, that doesn't mean that you are those things. And it also doesn't mean that you enable those things. When you're around that person, you make it clear, hey, we're not doing that. You're not going to say that stuff around me. Now, again, people can choose to end relationships over stuff like that, and that's fine. But what she said there is not in any way, shape, or form a wrong statement. And I guess there was also another clip from this same streamer, maybe a different one, I'm not sure. And let's take a look at this one.
Yeah. I will never believe that if I'm kind to a hateful person, that means I agree with them. I will never believe that. No matter what you guys say, I won't believe it. Because at the end of the day, if I'm around a racist person, I'm just not racist. I'm not. Me, I am not. They are, yes. But how am I supposed to help them ever? By cutting them off? No. Like, I get it. You guys can think in black and white, but that's not how it works over here. That's not how it works for me.
I agree with her. Again, I don't understand what the issue is here. Now, again, I don't know the entire reason that this talk is happening or anything about this QT Cinderella girl other than she's friends with Hassan and they walk in these circles where if you barely step too hard on the eggshells that surround the political kind of leanings of your friend / clout goblin collaborators, that things can be canceled like that. And it's clear that's what's happening now because I'm seeing some of these, these people that are going after her. Again, internet children or internet parasocial, grown up without any social experience people that have only lived in the comfort of where they want to be and have never heard or had to deal with anything they don't like, because as soon as that problem arises, they scream at the top of their lungs, shake their hands and their fists, yell, cry, shit their pants until the problem that they perceive either goes away or someone comforts them with a plushy fucking pillow or something. This QT girl seems like she wants to live in a real world where, yes, you won't agree with everyone. And yes, there are going to be people that are bigoted. There are going to be people that maybe even in your family or your friend group that don't share the same values when it comes to your religion, the way you think about same-sex marriage, the way you think about other people. And no one will sit there and say, yeah, that's okay. You can just be a racist. Yeah, that's okay. You can be... No, you make it clear that you don't agree with those things, and that if you're around that person, they're not going to speak and talk down to anyone because of their race or their sex or their attraction or whatever, and you keep it moving. But I don't really understand the big outrage over this. I think what's crazy is on Twitch and in these circles, the more you try to be a normal person, the more you try to approach people with respect, or you try to, if someone is bigoted or someone has a phobia that you're trying to convince them or change their mind on, instead of shouting them down or instead of cutting off all communications and doing just whatever your community on your Twitch stream says, instead of doing that, you try to be a normal person, then that's the opposite of what happens on Twitch. You better be like the complete opposite of normal. You better be weird as fuck. You better character assassinate everyone based on what your chat tells you or what the internet thinks of them versus how you perceive them and your interactions with them. This is why I can't stand this streamer culture, this streamer cult that all these people live in, because all it is a clout farm where every single person better toe the line of morality. Otherwise, you're going to get shouted down, canceled, everything under the sun. And I appreciate her coming out and actually being honest about it, because everybody else on that side of things clearly is taking a leap, a Hulk souped up on gamma radiation jump from someone you have hung out with before, said something homophobic, therefore you're a homophobe, therefore you're bigoted, therefore this. It happens all the time on Twitch, and it's these stupid little interactions that cause just the biggest shitstorm I see on the internet. And I'm seeing it more and more because of this channel and because of what it is that I want to surround myself in on this channel. It is what it is. But man, I did not think people were as brain dead as they are on this side of the internet. What you see there, now, again, I don't know anything about QT Cinderella. I've seen other clips where she doesn't look as sane, and she does toe the company line there. She does toe the streamers better say this line, that you read the freaking ad script read and come out and say it on your Twitch stream, that kind of thing. But that seemed like a normal person response, and good for her. Now, apparently, this is one of her good friends, Valkyrae, who we have seen before, I think, on this channel, saying some dumb shit, and here she's going to say some more dumb shit. So let's take a look. And this is what I mean when I say these people, they don't have any sort of idea what it means to live in real life. They live in their very coddled and echo-chambered kind of circles where whatever they're told to say or think, or whatever their friends say or think, is what they say or think. And if there is a controversy based on the fact that you don't agree with someone or someone steps out of line, then we go to the extremes. We go to the virtue signaling to the max, and we get this kind of response. This is Valkyrae talking about this QT Cinderella stuff.
I did tell her, I was like, cutie, I do think your tone doesn't help because you inherently sound really angry all the time. You sound really, and she knows. I was like, you're very blunt. I think it's your tone, you're blunt, and it.
By the way, I'd be angry all the time too if every stream I had to fire up, I had to like toe the line of making sure everybody felt safe in my community based on their gender ideology, based on their sexual attraction, based on things that I don't really give a shit about. Then I'm trying to do a stream on something completely separate, but I have to like coddle these children or these online parasocial purveyors to like make sure everybody's in a safe little environment. All that. Like, I would fucking lose my mind. And it seems like that's probably why this lady's fucking angry all the time.
You sound really, and she knows. I was like, you're very blunt. I think it's your tone, you're blunt, and it just comes off poorly, especially, and I was like, you're also the whitest woman I know. And it also is just, you being so white. It just.
And there it is. There it fucking is. It always happens. You're the whitest woman I know. You're so white. What in the fuck do these people know about real life? Legitimately, they have been told, and I think that they've said this girl is dating the Hassan guy, which makes sense that she is fucking just brainwashed into oblivion with these political takes. But when you can't answer for someone just being a normal person and having a nuanced take about like people that say certain things or act a certain way that you're not allowing them to act in front of you because you don't share those beliefs, you always got to throw out the, oh, you're the privileged white person card. As if this girl, this Valkyrae girl, the most privileged person probably on the internet. I don't know what skill she provides anyone. What does she actually do besides sit there and look pretty and cosplay and do the whole thing? To act as though she's got the morality card here to go out and be like, well, you can't say that stuff because you're the whitest person I know. You're so white. Fuck every one of these racist motherfuckers, dude. I'm sick of sitting here and hearing all the time about, oh, well, you're white. Too bad. You can't talk like that. You're white. You're privileged. Too bad. No, I Valkyrae, millionaire, for basically doing nothing but playing video game. Millionaire, dating the arbiter of morality, Mr. King of Political Talk Twitch, communist wannabe Hassan. She'll explain to you why the white people can't have any opinions on anything. Because, of course, they're the privileged ones. Too white, not listening. Fuck this girl. Fuck every one of them.
I know her. I know her heart. It's just because she wants to help, but I feel like there's ways we can do it better.
Yeah, there's ways we can do it better. Let me educate you, white lady. By the way, this is supposed to be her friend. What a piece of shit. Like, what a piece of shit to say something like that. From a friend of yours to start talking like that. If you see, she's not looking into her camera. She's looking off to her chat because that is who she's trying to satisfy, throwing her own friend under the bus so that she can satisfy her chat and be on the right team and look more moral. This type of shit will always bite you in the ass. Unless she really feels this way, then fuck her. Again, full-on racist. But this is all just a play to these people. It's all just toe the line. Whatever the chat thinks is the correct moral stance, I will take it. I will look directly into the chat and call my friend essentially a bigot, because she's too white to be commenting on things like homophobia and transphobia and whatever the fuck. It doesn't really matter. Just white. Fuck these people. And I don't even like doing the whole, well, what if it was the other way around? Because that makes me no better than anybody else. It's just full-on racist bullshit to just point at a white person and go, you're more privileged. You don't get to speak about these kind of things. You're a straight white lady. You don't get to... While you sit in your $1 million fucking mansion lecturing people on what morality looks like because you got famous playing Fortnite. Fuck are you talking about? Anyway, Valkyrae saw the shit she was getting online for the video that we just watched and thought it was a good idea to tweet what we're about to look at and double down on the dumbassery and the awful takes to then, of course, do what all the streamers that have no credibility and can't stand by their words because their words are as hollow as their morals. She deleted the tweet. But good thing the internet lasts forever. Let's take a look at this. She said there's nothing wrong with having conversations with friends. You know, QT Cinderella, her friend, that she essentially was like, yeah, you're white. You have more privilege than everybody because you're white. Maybe you shouldn't speak about things because you're white and angry. Who apparently she had a conversation with, even though I don't see the conversation. We see her talking to her chat, throwing her friend under the bus. But yeah, she says there's nothing wrong with having conversations with friends and helping them understand where their privilege comes from in regards to situations they may not have personally experienced that others suffer from. Again, this is all around the idea that somehow QT Cinderella is transphobic or homophobic because she has done collaborations with streamers that have said homophobic things, when QT apparently explains that that's not her value system, and even if she makes content with people that do say some offhand comments, that's not her beliefs at all, and she won't let those people say those comments around her. But Valkyrae, being, again, the arbiter of morality here, has to explain to her white friend what her privilege is. She, Valkyrae, the person that understands white culture and understands all the different cultures, she'll educate you, the white person who doesn't understand anything about anyone and has to be grouped with other white people because all white people grow up the same way. They grow up with the same privilege. Not Valkyrae, the most privileged person potentially on the internet, more privileged than 99% of white people in the world. Not her. Her privilege is something different. No. It's white people's privilege that she's going to educate this QT Cinderella girl about. She's going to make sure that she understands where her privilege comes from. Because Ray, the moral authority in this situation, knows more about white people and their privilege than anybody else that is actually white. It's the only race of people that, of course, you can say some shit like that to. And that's just how the internet goes and how this world, I guess, functions in a daily society. White people, of course, by proxy, have no brain power to empathize or understand how people from other races or walks of life can experience their daily lives. But other people, no, they get it for white people. They can group us together and talk about how all of us are the same as a race, and our skin color just means that we have all had the same experience. But that's not racism, because you're doing it to white people. She then continues, and lots of privilege obviously comes from being white. Then she doubles down. Never thought I'd be accused of being, quote, racist against white people when the clip is clearly out of context. There is literally no context that it is taken out of because she's doubling down in this tweet here. Is the tweet itself out of context? Is that why she deleted it? Real question. What is the obvious privilege that comes from being white? I'd ask Valkyrae, but I think I already know the answer. Apparently, she was working part-time at GameStop before she made it big by getting on 100 Thieves, using no discernible talent from what I understand other than playing Fortnite. What else does she bring to the table? I don't know. Or am I dealing with a rocket scientist here? What, is this an expert on human affairs? Or are we talking about someone that is coding in her free time? What's the thing I'm missing? Because it seems like Miss Millionaire here has more privilege than, well, just example, again, one-to-one comparison I grew up with. My dad's a welder. I grew up in a trailer. I worked 3 jobs all the way through my 20s just to be able to try to chase my dream. My YouTube channel didn't do anything for 7 years straight. I had 300 subscribers, no money, no anything coming from it, just the fucking love of the game. I wasn't even supposed to be here. But I outworked a lot of people that went and got that degree and thought that was enough. A lot of people that sat on their asses just like she does on a daily basis and wants to talk about privilege when she makes those millions of dollars just by showing up and sitting on her ass. And this is why I don't even talk about privilege. And I went and had to earn that shit. I didn't get to just sit behind a desk and work retail part-time at GameStop and sit there and put my makeup on and collaborate on Fortnite. So I don't want to hear anything. You know who can tell me I got privilege? My dad. My dad, who's been a welder for 35 years. He can tell me I got privilege. You want to know why? Because he worked his ass off so I would have it. My mom, who had to work full-time, 2 jobs while putting herself through college. She started as a welder. Now she got her degree. She can tell me I got privilege because you know what? She was the one that worked and put me in a better position than they ever had. And my kids will be in a better position than I'm in because I worked my ass off to put them in a better spot. Don't ever let these fucking dweeb, dipshit, bullshit artists, streamers tell you that you got privilege because the color of your skin when you worked your ass off to do things that they never fucking could. Sit around in these fucking political circles and hear these talking points that you want to go and regurgitate on stream and then double down in a tweet like this. No wonder her coward ass deleted this shit. And you know, the reason she tweeted it is the same reason she deleted it. She was scared of this online circle. She has no moral backbone. She's scared of her online base. And because it wasn't getting the right reception after she tweeted it, she deleted that shit. Because unlike real normal people that say what they believe, she has no credibility, no morality, is just talking so that the people that follow her can hear her say the things they want to hear. That's fucking it. She follows it up with, anyways, filming Whine About It pod right now with QT, my white friend that I love very much. LOL, stream resumes tomorrow. Look at her, LOL, stream resumes tomorrow. Yeah, is it LOL now that you deleted the tweet like an absolute coward? And I guess your white friend, who I've seen now QT has apologized for the things that she said, and I even feel bad that she's doing that because, like, there was nothing to apologize for in the first place. Speaking your mind and being honest about how you feel when addressing complex issues of people's, you know, faith or again, their sexuality or their gender identity, whatever the fuck that means. In today's society, you can't ever answer everything correctly. But if you live by a moral code that is, I am going to treat people by their character and not tiptoe around eggshells and have to cancel every single person or cut off communication with people I don't agree with that don't agree with this kind of lifestyle. Instead, she backtracked on it and apologized for it and gave in to the mob of Twitch, which is always going to be the case with these people. And I feel bad for the QT girl, but she genuinely, it's clear, doesn't value her own value system more than she values what these people think about her. Fuck every one of these people. They don't care about you. You see what they think about you if you're a white person, which, I mean, it's just, they hate white people. That's what this is. The people that watch them, and now I think this about this Valkyrae girl, they will judge you based on just the color of your skin. And I was taught by white people, by black people, by whatever ethnicity and race of teachers that I was ever taught by, that was a wrong thing to do, that was a bigoted thing to do, that was a racist thing to do. But I guess if you're white, it doesn't really matter, right? Fuck every one of these streamers. I hate them all. And the fact that they represent any part of society and one that has the ear of the youth should worry you very, very much. That's all I got on this. Protect yourselves, love your family, and treat the people that actually care about you with the care that they deserve. Don't let your life get wrapped up in following these brain-dead morons. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.